it's the first time I narrate something and actually, get teared up. I'd have to, get teared up quite a few times because Matthew's like, Jason, can you not be so dramatic? Maybe don't cry so much. No, I'm joking.
Matthieu, I guess I'll start with you because this started shortly after your last documentary debuted here back in 2018. How did you kind of discover this subject and decide you wanted to dive into, this deep sea mining situation?
I came here in 2018 to show a film called Anatizak around the issue in the Pacific island of Kiribati. And while I was doing that film, I was in touch with a chief scientist of that country. He came to me with a deep polymetallic nodules. And he came to me, showed me the nodules, say like, look, Matt, this is the future of energy. You have all the nickel and the cobalt you need to power the next generation of batteries. And you find them 4,000 meters down in the ocean floor, and we're gonna mine them. And that blew my mind away. And then I start for the last 5 years doing this deep dive in a topic and just getting to understand more about the ocean, but really opening this Pandora box also of the supply chain crisis, the energy crisis, what are all the interests behind the energy, the batteries. At the same time, really getting to know more the deep ocean and gathering this incredible footage.
Jason, for you, coming onto this as a narrator and executive producer, what did you make of, finding out about this story?
Well, I had known about deep sea mining and have, obviously a lot of concerns for the ocean. And when I got to see the film and meet Matthieu, it struck such a place in my heart. And there's certain things I just didn't know about. And then obviously the imagery of like in the very beginning, you're just like, it's beyond Avatar. And it's just wonderful. So it was really just an honor. I kind of put it out in the universe where I'm open to just being a platform and trying to help out as much as I can for anything that's ocean-based and trying to do my part. So it was an honor that he even called me.
What is it like getting to pick Dr. Muslow's brain, since you do have that marine biology background? What are you guys kind of dishing about?
It's just tell him what you just said a second ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, it's a pleasure. Being scientists, we are really bad in translating our science to society. The fact that we are the three of us here, that's the best way to do and to pass a message to the whole world. Climate change, it touches everything. The ocean is the only regulator that we have. We cannot screw it up. We cannot destroy it. We cannot intervene in the way that we are thinking. No deep sea mining, please. No deep sea mining.
We don't know anything about the deep sea. And you go start tearing into there. Everyone needs to pause, and it shouldn't be corporations that own this. It's just the people. Like, you own it just as much as I do, and no one should be down there raping and pillaging anything. There's plenty of solutions, and these people want to have powers. You're just shifting over exactly what oil companies are doing. They're just shifting it right over to going under the earth or the deep sea and mining that. So I just want people to be aware and not have the wool pulled over their eyes. And so it's a wonderful film that's filled with art and love and passion and truth and science, and it's great storytelling.
When I started, really, I didn't realize how big the story was. That's to start with. But also what I did, which I think it was very, very challenging, is I work with the industry. Because as a documentary filmmaker, it's quite easy to go with a very bold, simplistic message of being like, the mining industry, they're the bad guy, they're destroying the planet. But we have to understand the narrative behind, because there's a narrative on top of it that makes us all believe we need to buy a new car every 2 years. So the mining industry is actually is just basically trying to find a way to put the mineral in a supply chain. So they're not like evil or the bad guys, it's just part of a bigger system. So what I tried to do in the beginning is really involve the mining industry in the film as characters. And I brought the camera in places that's very unusual to see a camera.
Now, what does it mean to you all that people are so interested in this story and what it has to say?
I don't know if you realize how that the deep sea is dark, very cold. This film is bringing the deep sea to the table of conversation. And that, I admire the job of Matthieu and Jason, because they are helping the scientists that we don't know how to say this. They do.
As a filmmaker, I'm here to to provoke reflection, asking questions. So I'm not really here to come with a very straightforward conclusion at the end. What I want to do is really trigger debate. And then now we are building an all-impact campaign that will bring the solution, energy solution, but also really raise global awareness that we all are all stakeholders of the ocean. By the law of the sea, we all own the deep oceans.
This is the most impactful movie I've ever done in my life. So, and my face isn't even on it. It's just my soul and my voice, but it's hands down the most important film I've ever done.